Next we have another relatively new innovation, and that's email address estimation. And that comes to us from a company called VerifyMy. And speaking to us today will be Andy Lulham, their COO. So over to you, Andy.
Hi, thanks Ian, and thanks to everyone for their time today. As Ian mentioned, my name's Andy Lulham and I'm the Chief Operations Officer at VerifyMy. We're a safety tech provider HQ'd here in London with an age assurance solution covering a wide range of verification and estimation methods. I'd like to introduce our email address age estimation method, which can determine a user's age to a high degree of accuracy via user behavior, or more specifically, just by using their email address. And next slide, please. So how does it work? Well, I'll start by actually saying how it doesn't work, as there are a couple of common misconceptions. Firstly, is that it has nothing to do with the age of the email address, nor is it related to the contents of that email account or any emails within it. Rather, we get past an individual's email address, either via a relying platform's API, or it can be manually inputted by an end user. The email address is then analyzed using our proprietary algorithms, and we also query it against a range of external data sources or data aggregators to establish other sites and apps that the email address has previously been associated with or used to transact with. Utilizing this data, our algorithm builds a detailed digital footprint of the user, from which statistical analysis builds an age profile and returns an estimated age of the owner of that email address. We can then authenticate ownership of the email address by the individual who is attempting to prove their age by sending a time-sensitive one-time passcode to that email account, which the user must click before we confirm that the individual is, for example, over 18. It can be used to determine any age, but is most typically deployed to establish whether someone is over 18 or an adult in order to access adult entertainment site or to buy other age-restricted products and services. And it's currently deployed by numerous businesses across pornography, across social media, e-commerce, and other age-restricted sectors on a global basis. And the next slide, please. So what are the benefits of using email address age estimation? Firstly, it's very user-friendly and low in friction. Users are typically very familiar with sharing their email address, for example, to create an account with a website or app. We sometimes do this dozens of times on a daily basis. Whilst this is not the typical user journey of an individual entering a porn site, if a user is already logged into a relying platform with an email address that has already been verified or authenticated to be theirs, then the process can be entirely free from friction. Results are returned in between 3 and 4 seconds typically, and these factors mean it is viewed favorably by both end users but also by relying parties, as there is minimal disruption to user journeys. The method's also fully inclusive. It's very unlikely that a web user will not own an email address, and it can be used by anyone regardless of their location, their gender, their age, their ethnicity. And we've tested across more than 40 countries, and they return results without any discernible bias. We also have a white paper where you can read far more details into that testing. As I said, it's highly accurate. It's therefore highly effective in preventing children from accessing pornography or any other age-appropriate product or content. Like many of the methods that have previously been mentioned, it's also been independently tested by the Age Check certification scheme up to evaluation assurance level 3. Across that testing at the 18 plus threshold, it returned 0% false positive rate. That is, that it did not estimate any children as adults. It also had a true positive rate of 84%. That is, for every 100 actual adults, it determined 84 successfully to be over 18. The remaining 16% were not estimated to be children. It's worth flagging. We simply didn't have enough information to return a result, and these individuals would have needed to go on and use another method that we offer. It's also privacy preserving and doesn't require any identity documents or other sensitive personal data. As you've heard from others, zero knowledge results are returned to the relying platform, and data is deleted when a check is complete. The UK's data regulator, the Information Commissioner's Office, recently recognised email address age estimation as a reasonable method as part of their updated guidance on age assurance for the UK's Children's Code. Next slide, please. So it's truly a global solution and is aligned with the requirements within several existing US state laws requiring age checks to access pornographic content. Whilst the granular detail of the legislative text often differs by state, there is often a lot of common overlap too, and this slide focuses on some of those elements. As an independent third-party verification service, we compare the email of an individual trying to gain access to a site with information that is available from a commercially available database or aggregate of databases. These data points often refer to public or private transactional data or exchanges, agreements or transfers of information between that individual and certain commercial entities or third parties, which often includes the likes of mortgage or credit lenders, utility providers, or employment entities. We do not retain data or use it for any other purpose other than age estimation, and it's deleted after an age check has taken place, also in line with many individual state requirements. So to wrap up, email address age estimation is new, it's novel, it's highly accurate, it's inclusive, it's privacy preserving, and it offers minimal friction, which means it's popular with both end users and age restricted businesses across many sectors. And on to the next slide, please, Ian. So hopefully that's been a useful insight into VerifyMy and our email solution. Thanks for your time. Do get in touch if you'd like any further information. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your